So I was asked by my residents association to research the 5G that appeared on our council estate. So we live in 2 council estates, and we're on prime land and we're rent protected space.
This is a story of Caroline, a woman who spoke the truth and paid the price. Caroline once worked as a dog trainer, but after studying law, she began investigating public health risks linked to the 5G network spreading rapidly across the UK. She discovered new masts appearing overnight around her, transmitters installed in street lights and microwave emitting equipment placed in residential areas, often without consultation or safety reviews. Beyond health risks, she uncovered growing concerns about the potential weaponisation of these systems, including phased array antennae capable of directional energy and surveillance functions. Caroline raised these concerns with the authorities, but was met with silence.
So you've been very abusive to me. Yeah, you're telling me that I'm making these radiation levels up. Is that what you're saying? You asked me if I'm using my imagination,
yes,
didn't you?
Is that, to be honest with you, I don't think you know what you're talking about. But isn't something which you are going to resolve by speaking to police when you come to visit a building. This is something.
No, I've come to put those signs up, and you've told me that you're going to take them down. Now those signs, that information is factual. For you to remove that information,
what followed was not dialogue, it was retaliation.
That disproves that. Yes,
she now faces 2 malicious prosecutions. Authorities from councils to courts began a campaign to silence her.
I'm a social worker and approved mental health professional from Hammersmith and Fulham. We're here to do a mental health act assessment.
Okay, there's nothing wrong with my mental health.
To see you last month, and they think you need to come into hospital, so we need to ask a few questions.
Can we have a chat with you? Is that all right? You've got a fraudulent warrant and you've just broken into my house.
So, miss, look, part 2. There you go.
This is a fraudulent warrant. There's no signature on that warrant. It just says justice of the peace.
First, malicious communication prosecution charges after they contacted the local council to raise concerns about 5G safety. Frustrated at being ignored, so their language was strong, but the message was lawful and legitimate. The council's response was to falsely label her mentally unstable, triggering psychiatric referrals and criminal charges built on a fabricated reports and manipulated evidence. The second contempt of court charge, once again tied to her efforts to expose official misconduct, she has been repeatedly blocked from presenting evidence or defending herself properly.
My door calling me delusional again. Can you please give me your name again with my civil claim?
No, I said, excuse me, I won't have words put in my mouth.
Okay, you said it sounds delusional.
Yeah, no, I said as a psychiatrist, one hypothesis would be that this is delusional.
Okay.
So that's what I said, that one hypothesis, and there may be others.
Okay.
You're recording us now?
I am recording.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm recording for my own protection because you've turned up at my door.
Yeah,
when there's a civil claim, I have been detained unlawfully by your organisation. I've got proof and evidence that I've been detained unlawfully.
Where still, Caroline was forcibly detained for 17 weeks under psychiatric observation based on entirely false claims. During her detention, public bodies including the council and healthcare trust colluded to justify holding her using falsified assessments and paperwork. This wasn't healthcare, this was targeted persecution designed to break her.
They're refusing to give me my data. The ICO have reminded the council twice regarding my data. I've still not been given it. The courts for the fraudulent warrant, the unsigned warrants for the mental health Act warrant, the courts don't have any information on that. They said that it's because it's sensitive, they don't hold the information. Well, that doesn't make any sense because they have to keep a record of what they're signing off on. But they didn't really sign off on anything. It was false paperwork and they've been caught with their trousers down, basically.
The same council is now attempting to take her home through possession proceedings, using the courts to apply more pressure. Caroline has filed counterclaims exposing unlawful detention, malicious prosecution, data breaches, witness tampering and systematic obstruction of justice. Judges have refused to hear key evidence, blocked disclosure and shut down legal arguments, exposing institutional corruption. She is now filing complaints against Westminster Magistrates Court, Wandsworth County Court, Isleworth Crown Court and the Royal Court of Justice for violating a right to a fair hearing. At its core, this is a story of state power being weaponised against the whistleblower for raising concerns on the health and safety and the militarisation potential of 5G infrastructure. She has faced 2 criminal prosecutions, 17 weeks detention, risk of imprisonment, possession proceedings and repeated denials of justice, all built on lies, false claims and systemic abuse of the legal process. Caroline is still fighting. Her case is about more than personal survival. It's about defending the right to speak truth to power. Because if this can happen to Caroline, it can happen to anyone.
They made you think that I fight them back.